can you use metaphors and movement with clients in business? In this demonstration, I work with a lovely guy called John. He's struggling a little bit with client acquisition. Now, we did some work to explore what that's like for him, and we catch up 2 weeks later to find out what was happening, what went on in between that time frame, the good, the bad, and the ugly. So watch the video and see how it unfolds. Hello, John. So thank you for coming here today to discuss your business, where it's at, stuff like that. So we're going to do a bit of an exploration with metaphor, but I'd like to first understand, tell me where your business is at, maybe some of your problems, challenges, and then we can go from there. So, how's it going?
Okay. Business is at currently have 2 clients.
Nice.
I'd like to have 5 clients.
Got you. Okay. So what's the problem? They're lining up and you're rejecting them all because they look too good?
No, I'm not getting any inquiries. So
Ah.
I'm getting word of mouth clients,
Mm-hmm.
and they are extremely happy. But I'm not attracting any others. So I've been posting on LinkedIn for 15 months,
Mm-hmm.
building up my presence. I'm getting followers, but people are not approaching me. They're not interacting with my posts. People are interacting with my posts, but not my ideal clients, not
Mm.
people who potentially would work with me.
Okay. So ideally we're looking to get ideal clients. Okay. That's
Absolutely.
one thing that I'm hearing. So we're looking to attract ideal clients.
On a
Um,
on a on a on If we bring it down to a personal level, I spend all my time surviving. I'm just getting by. I'm just getting by. I'm just getting by. Oh, I just got
mm,
a client just in time. I can pay the bills for another month. And I want to go further. I want to be more successful than that.
okay,
And
cool.
in my head, I spend all my time worrying about how I'm going to achieve things instead of I can't I can't visualize myself being successful. I'm always
Oh,
trying to work out how to do that, and I get
mm,
locked in that headspace.
okay, cool. So you get locked in that headspace. Okay, so if you weren't in that headspace, what would happen, do you think?
I would hope my business would explode.
Well, then you'd have to put it back together again if it explodes.
Okay,
I mean, think about it. Like having a lot of business has consequences. Like being really successful, getting a lot of stuff. It's more work, you know.
I don't
Okay,
mind the
cool.
work.
All
Love the
right.
work.
Okay. Love the work. Okay. So, so if we didn't have this headspace and we had maybe a bit more insight into our ideal clients, maybe how we can attract them better, maybe some of the steps we could take to get there, that could be quite useful.
Very useful.
Okay, cool. Well, I'm not going to promise those results, but we'll see what happens. We'll see
We'll
what we
see what we
explore.
can do.
And then what we'll do is we'll catch up in a week or so, see what's come, see what's opened up, things like that.
Okay, that's great. Thank you.
So let's start big picture. So your whole business, that whole thing, this whole area of work, what's that whole thing like?
What do you mean?
Well, yeah, what's it like?
All consuming.
All consuming. Consuming
It's
like what? Like it's eating you out from the inside? Like, I don't know, like you're being chopped into pieces? What's it like?
On the one hand, I love it. I love being in business for myself. I get a big kick out of it. But on the other hand, it's all I ever think of.
Okay, cool. So we've almost
So
got these two polarities. Now, some people, when they say, well, it's like this and it's like that, some people say it's like I'm being pulled in two different directions. What's it like
no,
for you?
not that at all. I'm completely and utterly dedicated to it.
Okay.
So
Now, I
it,
get that's what you're doing in the day to day, and I get you're doing that all the time, but you say it's all consuming. Now, I've worked with a few different people in business, and for some people, it's like, I don't know, their business is like a journey. It's like they're going down a path and they're taking people with them. Now, when I hear it's all consuming, there's a part of me that thinks, yeah, I mean, if anything, there's something eating you up, something like that, or something that's stopping you from moving, maybe something that's trapping you because that's all you're stuck in. Some people talk about, the old good old hamster wheel, Groundhog Day kind of thing. What's that whole thing like for you?
it's like that, but I'm trying to make something happen,
So is
and
it like you
it never does.
got it? So is it all like you on a hamster wheel, or what's it
It's
like?
like it's like I'm trying to get the business off the ground. and
Okay, so okay,
it
so
won't
you
go.
okay, so you're trying to get the business off the ground. Now, some people like that, maybe it could be a ship, maybe it could be a car. Like we're trying to get the business off the ground. Get what off the ground? That thing.
It's like a rocket, I guess. It's
Okay,
stuck on the ground.
and where's the
Won't take
rocket?
off.
Where's the rocket relative to you?
I think I'm sitting in it.
So you're sitting in the rocket, okay, and so are you, I'm thinking rockets. I mean, I'm not a rocket expert, but a lot of people like picture the rockets facing up and they're sitting there like it's facing up. Is that what it's like for you?
Yeah, but I'm in it.
Okay, so there's a rocket that you're in. What's to your left?
Nothing. Space. Nothing.
What's to your right?
Same again.
What's in front of you?
The rocket is in front of me as well.
So are you
So I
in
can
one?
see the rocket in front of me, but I feel like I'm inside it as well. So maybe I'm
Okay,
sitting on it rather than in it.
okay. So what feels more? Because you could be sitting down in somewhere that looks like a rocket, but it's not a rocket, but the rocket's in front of you. Here's a question, actually. You say the rocket's in front of you. Now, if you're sitting down, looking up, and like you're in a rocket about to take off, if there's so is there a rocket in front of you that's already flying, or
No, no.
okay,
Rocket's here on the ground, not moving.
okay, so there's definitely a rocket in front of you. Okay, so there's a rocket in front of you, and to your left is space.
Yeah, I don't mean space, outer space. I just mean nothing. No.
Like nothing like a car park, like a field, like a white space, like what?
Blue sky, countryside,
Okay, cool. What's to your right?
same thing.
What's behind you?
I don't know, can't see it.
And what are you standing on?
Platform,
On a platform, like a train platform or like a what's that platform?
like a metal grill type platform.
And how high up is it?
Couple of meters.
Cool. And are there like so? I'm thinking in like a space kind of thing. Are there steps to it, or is it just like a grill platform, like a column with a grill on top?
Just built on a metal frame.
Okay. And what's up?
Nothing that I can see. Blue sky.
Okay. So you're standing on this metal grating. There's a
Right,
rocket in front of you.
right.
Blue sky and space to the left, blue sky and space to the right. Is that about correct?
Okay. Yeah.
Does that seem about right?
Great, great rocket, man. Yeah.
What can I say? My artistic tendencies, they've evolved greatly. Okay, cool. So we're going to come back to this, but that's really,
Okay.
really good. So, do you have any ideal clients currently? Like, have you got any ideal clients?
Yes.
Okay. So if you think about when you acquired those clients, what was that like?
It was great. It was exciting.
That's how
It
it
was, it
feels.
was, it was sad.
I don't want to know
Sorry,
how
go
it
on.
feels. I want to know what
Oh,
it's
okay.
like.
I don't understand what you mean.
So, for example, when I've worked with a few different people regarding their ideal client, I had this woman, and she's like, "Well," I was like, "What's that like getting your ideal client?" She's like, "Well, it's like I'm in a car. I drive along, I see them on the road, I pick them up, they get in, and I take them from A to B. That's what it's like for her." For somebody else I was working with, it's like, "Well, I'm on a journey, I'm on a path, and then there's these other women, and they come and join this path with me." And then they follow me. She's collecting followers and she's on
Okay.
a path on a
Right.
journey. What's it like for you?
What's it like for me? Well, the thing that comes to mind is I scoop them up.
Okay, so you scoop them up. What's the
Scoop-
what scoop? Are they in front of you, or how do you scoop them?
Yeah, I think I scoop them up with my hands. I'm almost like after that, I'm holding them in my hands.
Okay, cool. So you scoop them up and they're in your hands. And what are you
Mm.
scooping them up from?
The ground, wherever they're standing.
Okay, so they're on the ground and you're scooping them up and they're in your hands. Okay.
Mm.
What's to your left?
More people that I haven't scooped up.
Cool. Now, when you say scoop somebody up, it implies they're quite small.
Or maybe I've shrunk to them. I don't know, or grown to. I don't know.
Oh, no, okay, but I'm getting like a whole Gulliver's Travel vibe. So there's lots of
Yeah.
little people to the left. Okay, cool. What's to the right?
Well, they don't feel like little people. It feels like we're all the same size.
I
Yet
got you.
somehow,
But when you
yet
get them,
somehow,
that's what it's like.
yeah. It's
Well,
not even like they shrink in my hands. It just feels like they're there though, you know?
okay, so they're like are they like real life size, but in your hands?
It's like I know they can't be,
But it's like they are.
but it's like they are, yeah. I guess they must shrink to fit in my hands, but it doesn't
Okay,
feel like they shrink.
I got you. We'll come down to the size. It has an element to it. You don't do
Okay.
voodoo specifically. What's to your right?
Same again, more people.
The same kind of people. Cool.
Yeah, yeah.
What's in front of you?
Well, the ideal clients I scooped up.
So you've got one person in your hand that you scoop. So in front of you is just the ideal clients in your hands, right?
Yeah,
Okay. Cool. So that's the current situation with your ideal clients because you've got some ideal clients in your hands. You've got clients in the left. What's behind you?
nothing.
Nothing. What are you standing on?
The ground, the street.
Yes. Street. Okay. Now, when I look at this as slightly different to the question I initially asked, in the sense that I said, what's it like to obtain an ideal client? And this is more, correct me if I'm wrong, it feels a bit like the current situation. You've got a few different clients you're handling. There's people that are left, people that are right that could be useful, but you've only got these clients in your hand. So that you've already got them. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I want to find out not that, but before that, acquiring the client, what's that like?
What's it like?
Yeah.
Trying to get a train uphill.
Okay, trying to get a train uphill. Okay, cool. And what's to your left?
um, just the side of a mountain.
Cool. What's to the? Is
Same,
it
same on the
like the sheer side? Like you got two
yeah
mountains
down.
either side.
Yeah, space. Nothing.
Oh,
A
but is the
drop.
mount
A
so
drop.
mountain's going a drop?
Yeah,
Okay, drop
a
down.
drop.
So
I'm
drop
at the
down.
top. I'm on the
Okay,
edge.
and there's a
Same
drop
on the
down.
right
Mm-hmm.
with the
Behind
mountain in front of me.
mountain in front of you, and there is a train that you're trying to push uphill on the mountain.
Yeah, feels like an old steam train trying to get
And
up the hill,
and are
puffing
you,
away.
and are you pushing it?
I think I am the steam train.
Well, when I look at you, John, I'm like, you've got great glasses, a nice jumper. You don't look like a steam train.
No,
So, is the steam train in front of you?
yeah, go on. Yeah, go on.
Okay. So the steam train's in front of you, and are you
Yeah,
pushing or are you just watching it?
I'm sitting on it.
You're sitting on it like the top. Whereabouts on the train are you?
Yeah, I'm on the top of the train,
So you're
almost
sitting on.
like it's a mini train, and I'm straddling it.
Ah, pretty familiar, this, I'm guessing. Sitting on top.
I've never thought of it this way before, but yeah, it feels right.
And so you're sitting on the train, and what's up?
Yeah, the sky,
And
blue
what's
sky
behind?
again.
And what's
Um,
behind you?
and the bottom of the mountain, I guess, the rest of the mountain behind me
Okay.
that I've already managed to chuff up.
Chuff up. Choo 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 choo. Okay. So you're sitting on a choo choo train. Great choo choo train. Side of the mountain to the left, side of the mountain to the right, but it goes
Yeah,
down either way, and then we've got the bottom and you're sitting on the
yeah,
train.
yeah. Okay.
Okay, cool. We'll do one more. That worrying in your headspace. That worrying in your headspace. What's that like?
What's it like? What's it like? That worrying in my headspace. It's like an incessant chatter.
Okay. Is that how it occurs to you?
Yeah.
So that's not necessarily what it's like. Now, some people might say, well, it's like an incessant chatter. It's like birds everywhere tweeting. What's it like for you?
People.
People. And where are these
Yeah.
people relative?
Sometimes it feels like the whole world's in my head, telling me
So
to do this, to do that, to do this, do.
so is it like there's a world in your head?
Yeah.
Okay. So
A
it's like
world
there's
of people trying to tell me the best way to do it.
well, all you need to do, John, is sign up to my next five-figure course, and you will get the
Yeah,
clients and
that's it,
success you want.
exactly it. This
Okay,
works
so
for me. It should work for you too. Yeah.
cool. So we've got this whole world of people telling you what to do in your head. What's to your
Mm.
left?
People on the outside too, doing the same thing, surrounded
Okay.
by it, front,
Okay.
back, side, top,
So you're
shouting at me.
okay. So I get a sense you're like surrounded by people all the way around, but you said top. What's that? Can you just
Yeah,
explain?
they're over the top of me as well. I just
How are they? How are they over
preempted
the?
you asking me what was above.
Yeah, I got that. How are they on top? Like,
Leaning,
because I,
leaning over me.
okay, so I've got like that kind of thing.
Yeah, leaning over the top of me.
So they're leaning over you. So
Yeah,
are they like bigger than you?
I guess. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Okay. So it's like they're all around, but they're bigger than you, so they're leaning over you.
yeah. Inside, outside, underneath, over me.
Just need to do the okey cokey. Side,
Yeah,
outside, turn it around. And what's behind you again? People
yeah,
still?
yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay, cool. So, slight amendment to the drawing book. You've got all these people leering over you, and you've got this whole world of people in your head.
Yeah.
How do you deal with this in real life? What do you do to try and resolve this in real life when you've got this sort of worrying going on? What do you do to try and fix it?
Um, I listen to comedy a lot. I watch television a lot.
Watch comedy and TV.
Yeah. Well, tend to listen to comedy and watch TV. Not the same.
Watch TV, listen to comedy. Lovely. Okay. I think we're in a relatively good place. Wow. It's dependent, really, isn't it? So
Hmm.
let's look at this whole thing. So let's start off at
Okay.
the whole thing overall.
All right.
So this is the general business. So you've definitely got a platform. You've got a platform that supports you, but also it's a platform that you're also stuck up because it's about 1 or 2 meters high. So any step you take might be a bit of a letdown. Now, there's nothing really left for you. Well, I mean, there's something natural because countryside left, and there's nothing really right. And what you look forward to is a rocket ship. So you could be said you look forward to something taking off. You look forward to something going out of this world, and you look forward to it happen very, very quickly. Now, one of the interesting things about rocketry metaphors is I don't know how much you know about rocket testing. I'm no expert myself, but normally they blow up a lot.
Yeah.
They take a lot of testing, they take a lot of money, they take a lot of investment to get them off the ground. And even then, where are they going? Unless they just stay out of this world, which some things do, and then they're quite disconnected from things. Rocketry metaphors serve as for people who are looking to go up in the world really quickly, really fast, and really effectively. But yeah, it takes a lot of time, money, and investment. I mean, just look at our old man Elon, the amount he spent on those sort of rocket ships. But you're also not doing anything. You're just standing there. Oh, and you're standing on a metal grate, so your understanding of the situation could be said to be grating you.
Mm.
Now, there's nothing necessarily wrong with rocketry metaphors, but they do have some assumptions that can be positive or negative. Think about it, you're like, well, hopefully if it kicks off, it'll all explode. I mean, it would definitely be a bit of a spectacle. So there are some potential challenges and concerns to think about if we are looking to have a rocketry metaphor, because ultimately it's looking for, I need to not say ultimately down. It's like one of my crutch phrases. Ultimately, anyway, that's about me. This is about you. Um, rocketry metaphor is about going somewhere really quickly, really effectively, going up in the world, making a bit of a spectacle, looking great, looking awesome, right? And this is what a lot of courses and things sell you online, right? Because think about it. When you launch your product, do your product launch? So basically, you have a build up and then there's a launch. And how many people does it feel flat? Product to launch falls flat. Product launch falls flat. Workbook launch falls flat. Right? It takes a lot of challenge, a lot of iteration in order to do something like that, in order to get it set off. But also, you're not really taking any steps. It's just what you look forward to because you're a little bit stuck up in this situation, and you're not actually going anywhere. Now, similarly, even if we were to take steps and if we were to lift off, well, where do you want to go? Where do we want to get to? Sometimes it can be a consideration to think, well, what do I actually want to do? We've got a certain amount of money that we might want to make or whatever. But then what? What sort of purpose have we got for this lift off? Now, if we actually look at your actual client acquisition, we've got a little bit more of an interesting experience whereby you're on a train. So here, there's nothing really to the left, nothing really to the right. So we're starting to get a flavor of we only focus on what we look forward to. We only focus on what's directly ahead of us. And there's nothing necessarily wrong with that, but it does reduce our options. Now, similarly here, I mean, you're not necessarily on track, but you're on something that is on track. And it's a bit of an uphill struggle. Is the train moving by itself? Because you said it's like you are pushing it. Is the train moving itself or is the train
Yeah,
actually?
yeah, yeah.
Okay,
I'm riding the train.
cool. So the train is slowly chugging along. It's doing its thing. So you've created a mechanism that does attract passengers. We're thinking about your client acquisition. Ultimately, it's chugging along. You're above it, going along. You're going uphill. So when you potentially reach certain stations, people can jump on board. So if we're looking at this, you ultimately just have to sit there and wait until you get to a place where you can onboard people. So that also says, well, how do we get new clients? Well, you can't necessarily with this metaphor because you've got to wait for the right platform in order for the people to get on. And even then, there'd be space in between people. But we don't know where the train's going. It's going uphill, and normally up hills, like there aren't. I mean, there are things at the end of the line, so to speak. But normally, going uphill, there's not as many stations and things like that in the
Mhm.
countryside.
Yeah, yeah.
So, if we're to look at how we're selling or presenting to people, right? If we go here, do you want your English to take off? Because I know you teach people how to enhance their professional English skills. Do you want your English skills to take off? Do you want to communicate in a way that's out of this world? That would communicate to that type of person. You'd also be looking for someone who wants to go up in the world very quickly. Now, I don't know how quickly you can get people to that level of eloquence with their professional English. So, consideration. However, in this, well, there's a lot of training to do. So if you're offering an opportunity to train people to take them from A to B, ultimately there's one track to this. I know there's lots of different methodologies around language learning, but you have a certain track you put people on. And once they're on that track, they follow that track and you guarantee they get to their destination. So you'll attract people that want to get on the train because you're on track. It's very much one directional. Once you get on, you'll see the improvement. You'll see things go by. You'll see things get better. And then you'll get to the stop where you're willing to get off. So this is the current way you're operating. And if you start to market to this perspective, you'll start attracting more because this is how you get your ideal clients. So it's for people who want to go up in the world, but slowly. This is where we have a disconnect because here you just want to go, way, it's super great, it's super good, it's super awesome. Whereas if we look here, there is a slower progression to it. You know? So when we think about our marketing message, we can be like, okay, cool. Well, are you looking to go up in the world regarding your English? Are you looking to like get from A to B? Well, I can help you. I've got a method that can keep you on track, keep you moving forward, keep you moving to your destination in the way you want to go. I'm going to be honest with you, it's not the most flexible of methods. So if you want to do different things, it's not going to work. I've got a tried and system that allows me to get you from A to B. And as long as you stay on track with it, I'll get you there. Now, if you think about your ideal clients currently, the ones that you've got, do you think that resonates with them?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, the people who don't want to do the work, the people who go off track, that kind of person, they're the people who don't fit with your system.
Yeah. Don't want them.
Now, one of the challenges that we do sort of see, though, John, is you're sitting on top of the train. You're also sitting on top of this grate. So by being a little bit stuck up about these things, you can't really do anything. You're not really going anywhere because you're stuck in a position. I had this situation when I was working at when I was doing some work in recruitment. And I got to a stage where I thought I was really good at working with people and whatever. I was training, I was developing them, I was really creating impact. And yeah, and I got a complaint or two made against me just for how I was conducting myself. Oh shit, what? Basically, I was really stuck up in my position. I thought I was the great. I thought people looked up to me, which they did to an extent. But I realized I wasn't actually taking steps to develop myself. I wasn't taking steps to move forward because by doing so, it would be a bit of a letdown because I'd need to do the work. I'd need to take the steps. I need to actually do the things. Now it's about, okay, well, what resonates with you? Now, if we think about the train analogy, if that feels more fitting, because that relates to, as opposed to your ideal, everything lifting off, being high energy, high impact, and getting tons of clients super quick. If this is more how your ideal clients come to you, we consider how can you create a platform that they can come to? Or what platform do they come to? Because ultimately they need to stop and they need to wait. I don't know how that will look. I know, for example, sometimes on YouTube, people put like videos once a week so that people have a platform they go to, they're waiting for it, and then they get their training and then they go. So we could consider, okay, well, what do people need to get on a platform to get on a train? Well, they need to know where they want to go. So as opposed to saying, okay, you'll get better at English, you'll get more enhanced English, you'll improve your professional career. That's one way of doing it, but that's quite broad. That's not really a destination. That's oh, that sounds nice. But if you think about, okay, where do they specifically want to go? What stop are they looking to get to? Are you looking to be able to have professional negotiations within an English context and feel confident about it, for example? That's a really specific station that they want to go to, and that's why they would want to go on that journey. And then you can talk about how you can get them from A to B. Any thoughts, any observations so far?
Yeah, it all makes very much a lot of sense.
Cool. So now let's talk about this worry that's going on in your head, this whole thing, this whole
Mm.
thing. Would you say this is a little bit familiar?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So when we've got this worry going on in your head, Ultimately, there are people. There's the ultimately again. So there are people to your right. There are people that are right for you in this situation. There are people that are left to one side. There are people that you look forward to, but there are also people in the background, and they're all looking down on you. Now, what's really interesting, John, is if we compare this metaphor to this metaphor, where people, if they were there, would look up to you. Here, people, if they were, would look up to you. And even if we look here, as much as these people are smaller, you look down on them, right? And they look up to you. And here, you're being looked down upon. Now, when we're talking metaphor, there's a thing called well, in metaphor, we've got how we look at people. If we look up to people, if we look down to people, normally size denotes importance, right? So, for example, if we think about when you're holding these little people, like, I mean, as much as you're holding them, you're handling them, you are supporting them, right? But ultimately, you're taking the steps and you're walking with them to get to A to B. They don't need to necessarily take the steps themselves. You might do it in the training, etc. And they look up to you in that context. But there is a pressure because you do look down on them, you do see what they're doing, stuff like that, right? But if we flip that, here is a very uncomfortable situation because everybody's looking down on you. You're in the middle of it. And it could be said you're a little bit trapped because you can't really go anywhere because there'll just be people in your way in all directions. And yeah, we've got this whole world in our head. Now, I can imagine that whole world having everything in your head can be quite useful in some cases. But in others, it could be quite challenging. But let's just imagine, John, you and I were walking down a strange road and we see this guy. He's standing there. There's people all around him looming over with a big globe in his head. Don't worry, we know how to fix this. We've seen this problem before. We know how to solve this one. Just watch TV and listen to comedy. Is that good advice?
No,
Any better advice?
don't know.
I got that. So let's just try something. So just close your eyes for a minute, John. So standing there, people all around. I'd just like you to just take a step to your left and tell me what you notice.
They come with me.
And what happens?
It's the same.
And how does that change things?
It hasn't.
Okay, go back to the original position. Take a step to your right and tell me what you notice.
Same. They come with
And what happens?
nothing. The same.
Okay. How does that change things?
No.
Go back to the original position. Take a step back and tell me what you notice.
Yeah, same. Nothing changed.
And how does that change things?
No. No.
Go back to the original position. Take a step forward and tell me what you notice.
Yeah, all the same.
And what happens?
Nothing. They follow.
They follow you. So are they
Well,
now behind you when you take
no,
steps?
no, it's all just the same.
Everything just stays the same. You just
They move
move.
with me. Yeah.
Oh, so you're constantly surrounded.
Yeah.
Got you. Okay, go back to the original position. Open
Okay.
your eyes. So this world in your head. So you've got everything in your head, all of these different things in your head. And
Mhm.
I'm guessing you've had this for a little while.
Yeah.
Yeah. Probably grew up a little bit this way, it could be said.
36 years.
Yeah. He doesn't have the whole world in his hand, he has the whole world in his head, right?
Yeah.
So here's a question, John. This whole world you've got in your head, where are you taking it to? Where are you going with this thing?
I don't feel like I'm taking it anywhere.
Well, it's
I
there,
feel
right?
like they're just holding me here. They're holding me still. They're not
Who's
letting me
holding
move anywhere. Well,
Who's holding you?
these people.
The people around you.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I
Okay.
just feel trapped.
I got you. So here's a question.
Trapped in amongst them.
So here's a question. These people, do they almost form like a circle around you? So it's almost like there's no way out. It's like a barrier
Yeah,
of people.
yeah.
Ah, got you. So in this sort of situation, it might feel quite familiar. So tell me if this resonates, John. So there's a thing called a container in metaphor. And a container is basically where we feel like almost trapped in. But at the
Hmm.
same time, it's almost like how we grew up, how we learned to live, how we learned to be, the sort of rules that our family and society instilled on us. So when I was to look at that, tell me if this resonates or not. So if this is the case, basically there were always people right, there were always people left, there were always people you look forward to, always people in the background. But you couldn't go anywhere. You were constantly surrounded. You had no way to escape. You were stuck in the middle and all eyes were on you.
Yeah.
Mm. Now I can imagine that being problematic because if all eyes are on you, every step you take is looked at. If you take a step right, if you take a step wrong, if you do different things, everybody is seeing what you do. Now, if that was me, that might make me worry about things, might make me a bit anxious. There could be a few issues. And to be fair, I'd avoid that kind of stuff because I'm like, I don't want to deal with that. But there is a way to deal with that because this isn't your fault, John. You didn't necessarily choose this.
Mm.
Let's just try something. So just close your eyes. So you're standing there, people all around. This isn't your fault. You didn't choose this. This is just how you're taught to be. You're always taught to be the person in the middle, the person center of attention. But this isn't your life. This isn't who you are. You can do something different, but you might not like it. What I'd like you to do, John, is I'd like you to just grow up. And I mean that literally. Grow up, 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 up. Start growing, keep growing, and tell me what you notice.
Right. Step over the top of them.
Cool. And what happens?
Mm. They're looking for me.
And how does that change things?
Feels good. Feels like
Uh,
I've escaped.
Got you. Feel free to open your eyes, John. So in these situations, it sounds to me like if you do grow up and grow out of these things, you do become the bigger man and you can just step over it. It doesn't have to come with you. But you do need to grow up and grow out of these things. And this is what's interesting because in a lot of your metaphors, there is this sort of height dynamic. It shows up quite a lot, which normally refers to status, how big something is. And think about it, right? What's the best way to escape all the people around you? Just, you know, go out of this world. You're no
Mhm.
longer there. So this is an interesting consideration for you to think about. When we acquire status, when we're like on a pedestal or on a vent or on a train, as much as that thing gives us support, it gives us stability, it gives us reliability, on the flip side, it traps us because in society we learn that up is good, going up in the world, getting promoted, stuff like that. Where old G man lives, or we get demoted going down in the world. Up is good, down is bad. So there's a whole aspect of here of if I'm stuck up here by taking steps, I'm going to do bad things or it's not going to work. So this is one of the reasons why we keep ourselves stuck because actually to take steps and to do things, you're probably going to fuck it up. You're probably going to make mistakes. You're probably going to do stuff wrong, which some people might look down on you and see you as doing bad things. But you got to where you were or where you are right now just by taking steps and doing stuff. And was it perfect?
Seldom.
Probably not, you know. Most of the time we fall into this stuff, we're working it out. But by trying to maintain that platform, by trying to maintain that support, by staying elevated above this, by escaping from what's grounded and down to earth, we're not actually taking steps ourselves. However, we've also got to consider if we are to do that, we've got to think about where do we actually want to go. Because I know in your pre-session questionnaire, you put what sort of finances you'd like to earn and stuff like that. Well, why? I mean, to be nice, financially secure, stuff like that. But okay, what is the point of this journey? Because a lot of people talk about money motivation, right? When I started doing this metaphor stuff, I mean, I teach people, I train people in it like 2 years ago. Yeah, no, 3 years ago. I basically said February 3 years ago. No, 2 years ago. February 2 years ago. I'm like, I'm going to train 10 people in this work in November. Like, threw it out there. This is what I'm going to do. And then I started brainstorming it, looking at it. I didn't actually get 10 people in November. I actually did 4 training courses throughout the year, and I got 19 people in total. Because I'm like, if I need to do that, well, I need to have a practice first. Because if I get 10 people, I don't want to screw it out with 10. So I started doing stuff, but that's the main intention I was going towards. If I had a financial goal, I mean, I'm not as bothered with finance. I mean, it's nice. I don't want to have to survive. So I fully get that, right? But it's okay, well, why are we going for? Because from my perspective, if we're just going for the money, I mean, some people are money motivated, but if you were that money motivated, the idea of the money, which is what you look forward to, that would have got you there, or would have got you a lot closer than where you are. But we've got to go through these troubles, trials, and tribulations to get there. So let's just try something for a minute. Let's go here in this situation. So this is what your business was currently like. So just close your eyes, standing on that grate, rock it ahead, space to the left, countryside to the right, or countryside also to the left. Just sit down and tell me what you notice.
It was more relaxed.
And what happens?
I think the rocket's trying to take off.
And how does that change things?
It's like the rocket's ready.
Hmm. Okay. Feel free to open your eyes. So it sounds like you do have a mechanism or a machine that is ready to take off. And if you just take a moment, if you get more grounded and down to earth about it, it's about ready to do that. Now, I've talked about some of the pros and cons of rockets. Good to manage expectations. Because yeah, okay. Do I want to do anything else? Cool. Let's just do this one for a moment, right?
Okay.
So this is interesting because this is what it's like to have your ideal clients. Now, what's interesting about it is the sort of dynamic. They need to look up to you. They need to see you as an authority in this instance, or your clients at least do. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, there are people right for you, there are people that are left for you, and you handle your clients. So you spend the trouble is when you're handling your clients, you can't do other things because you're just handling your clients. Nothing necessarily wrong with that. There is definitely a Gulliver's Travel vibe here. But ultimately, if we're looking at what you're looking to offer people, you're looking for people, if you look at both of these together, to support people. In a train, they're supported by the train. In your hands, you are supporting them.
Yeah.
So you want to support people, get from A to B, and they're not have to worrying about how we get there. Ultimately, your training is doing it, or you're handling them in the way that you get them there.
Yeah. That sounds
Now,
exactly how I will.
exactly. And you'll attract people who want that. So this is the thing, is like by looking at these metaphors, we can start to consider using language. How do we attract the clients who want that kind of stuff? Like, for example, I've got a big thing with hairdressers. Still haven't found one. I've recently moved, and maybe you don't have the same problem.
I don't have that problem. Not for a
No,
long time.
no, but for me, I get really emotional about my hairdresser. They need to be very specific. Like,
I can
otherwise,
see
I
that.
just, I just can't cope with it. Can't cope with it. So it's like, okay, You want people who want to be handled, in the right way. They don't need to think about it. Basically, I come to John and I trust and believe in John because I see John as the authority. I see him as a big man. I see that he can get me from A to B. And if we start to do this marketing, the question is, okay, well, you can do the whole station thing. You can create a platform which will get to people, and you can give people the opportunity to get on that platform to then go on that journey with you. Or you can consider how can you take steps to tell people about the platform, get people to the platform, or tell people about the journey you can take them on. I mean, going up the hill, it might be a nice journey in the Swiss Alps, I don't know, but you could sell it on the experience, depending. So there's a few different ways you can start to consider, okay, how you've been in business and how you can start to maybe think about presenting your work. But the one thing I would consider is if you feel like you're not moving anywhere, close your eyes, consider what's that like, and just explore taking steps. So you're standing on that thing, rocket in front, on that platform. Just take a step to the right and tell me what you notice.
I grow to touch the ground.
And what happens.
Nothing.
Okay, and how does that change things?
Feels more comfortable.
So you don't necessarily need
Feels like I have options.
Yeah, don't necessarily need that platform. Go back to the original position, take a step to your left and tell me what you notice.
Yeah, same thing.
And what happens.
It feels like I have options. Feels free.
And how does that change things?
Feels like I could walk away from the rocket.
You could. Go back to the original position, take a step forward and tell me what you notice.
I bump into the rocket.
And what happens.
Yeah, I still feel stuck.
And how does that
Nothing.
change things?
No, I don't know.
Okay, go back to the original position, take a step back and tell me what you notice.
Same as the sides.
And what happens.
Again, I feel like I have options. I can
And how does
move.
that change things?
I can move.
Nice. Feel free to open your eyes. Now, one final observation before we close. If we look at both of these things, you're very forward focused. You're very good at what's in front of you. Right? This can be termed as being prospective. It's what you look forward to. What's interesting is when you progress regarding the spaceship, when you actually get closer towards what you look forward to, you actually feel more trapped and confined. When you explore what's left for you, or when you take a step back, you feel a lot more open to where things are. But one interesting consideration is you can't see what's in the background. In this one, there's nothing in the background, and there's a lot more in the foreground. Now, what that suggests is it's really good to think about the future, think about where you go and what you want to do, where you want to go. I'm pretty good at that as well. But sometimes we don't look at what's in the background. I normally avoid it personally. Or sometimes we build a barrier to what's in the background. But when we've got nothing or we've got a lack of things in the background, it implies we don't necessarily pay attention to where we've come from, what we've done. One of my issues is normally in some of my metaphors, I have a wall in the background. So I don't remember what happened. I can't access it. I don't look at what happened. Now, one of the troubles with that is I don't learn from my fuck ups or my mistakes. Now, some people have been in some critical or judgmental environments where people might look down on you or scowl on you about these kind of things. We choose to not look at what actually happened. We just watch TV and listen to comedy shows. So this is a consideration. Sometimes actually looking.
Say that again.
sometimes we can avoid looking about where we've come from, what we've done, what's actually happened. Like sometimes I have a week, I'm like, oh, that was pretty good, yeah. But I'm like, if I was to actually look at it, what actually happened, what actually went on the one hand, we can look at what's good, what went well, what was productive, but also we could be quite self-critical of ourselves. So we choose not to look at what's in the background. Now, if we're able to do that and we're able to do that constructively, we can actually start to develop. So I was working with a person not so long ago and they were quite critical when they didn't do the right thing or they mucked it up or whatever. And I'm like, well, look at it this way, right? We all make mistakes, but let's look at it this way. So I said to them, why don't you think about what are two things that you did well? So you got to look for some positive, like what actually went well. And he's like, well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I thought about what I did well, at least. Okay, so you thought about thinking about doing well. You don't normally do that, so that's positive. And what else? And I got him to really find, okay, what are the positive things he's done that he can actually be proud of, be happy about, so he can actually acknowledge what's went wrong. And I'm sure you do this with your students as well. Like, look at the wins. And then as opposed to what went wrong, what fucked up, what didn't go well, I was like, okay, if there was one thing you could do differently, because you can have a perfect day. You can have a perfect day. But you can still do something differently, something interesting, etc. So what could you do differently? And what that allowed is that allowed him to actually reflect on where he'd been, what he's done, or what he hasn't done in a way that wasn't necessarily judgmental, but just more, okay, constructive. And then he was able to start more actively taking steps to do things. I think we're in a pretty good place, John. Any thoughts, observations, anything you'd like to share from our the session you had no idea of what to expect today?
Some of that was uncomfortably on the nail. What do I do with it, Dale, now?
So I want to catch up with you in about maybe a week or two, find out
Okay.
what's gone on, what's opened up. Ultimately, the intention of this session isn't necessarily to fix you, to fix things. It's about getting you thinking differently and getting you to more honestly look at your reality. Because that's what we struggle with. I mean, we lie to ourselves all the time, because not big purposefully, we just don't have the information. But this allows us to have a lot more of a harmonized approach to what we want to do, where we want to go, and because then we can start taking steps to do something about it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I'm going to touch base with you. Yeah, we can touch back in
Great.
on maybe a
Very
week or
much.
so, find out what's opened up, and yeah, I mean, you'll probably find these things they normally continue to
Yeah. The
marinate as we go.
cogs are turning.
Cogs are turning. Choo choo. Maybe you are the train. You're
There
the
you
train.
go.
There we go.
Well, thank
Maybe.
you, Dale. That was really great. Thank you very much. Hello, mate.
Hello, John. How you doing?
All right.
From before. So,
It's
thanks for jumping on the call to catch up. So,
all
how
right.
have things been since our interesting exploration?
Well, bloody horrible.
How
Actually,
so? Do tell.
I've had a very, very strange 2 weeks, Dale.
Do
So
tell me.
I started off leaving the call very excited. Couldn't
Mm-hmm.
stop thinking about all them pictures and what have you and the implications of them. Um, I stayed excited for about 24 hours
Mm-hmm.
and I thought I came to the conclusion that, that train
Yeah.
that I was sitting on was more about me getting off the train
Mm.
than it was anything else and stopping that constant, this is all there is, this is all there is, I've got to do this, I've got to do this, I've got to do this. So in my mind, I got off the train and then
Mm.
I got really, really horrible and depressed and useless. And I'm sure that you triggered something was coming up.
Mm.
I've done a lot of healing, so I recognize the feelings. So I just kind of sat with it and let it be and really stepped back from business quite a lot. And literally yesterday is the first day in ages that I've started feeling all right again. And now I feel
Got
pretty
you.
good.
Good.
And
Interesting.
and at the same time, I reached out to a lady who I gave a price to, probably 6 or 7 months ago. She didn't take me up on the offer, but we've stayed in touch. And she's a big fan. She's come to a couple of my free workshops, and she's my perfect client.
Mm.
All my posts are directed to her and people like her. And I asked her to jump on a call with me so I could ask her a load of questions and find out where she is with her English, what she thinks of her English and whatever. And we just had this most amazing chat for an hour yesterday. And I've got this program that's been in my head, Speak with Power, for a while that I've been building. And I've never thought before until I typed up the notes from our conversation and put everything she said and everything that I thought she needed to match each of those to put it right. And I basically created this whole 3 month program as I was doing it. And I literally just sent it to her just before I called. And whether she goes for it or not, I don't know. But to me, it feels so right and fits so well with how I want to work and who I want to work with. And it's just when I was just writing this whole thing, it ended up to be about eight pages long. It's just me. It's just pure me has come shining forth just like that, just before our call. So how weird was
Amazing.
all
I mean, luckily we didn't do the call an hour earlier because then,
that? But to be honest, it's lucky we didn't do it 2 days ago because I was definitely at my worst 2 days ago. I was just horrible. I've been foul and miserable and impatient and short-tempered and just hated the world. Just wanted to come away from everybody.
got
But
it.
today I feel contented, at ease, peaceful, safe, all those wonderful things.
Nice. I think it's really awesome because, I mean, obviously, when you were on the train, you had a certain platform, you had a certain perspective, but also you weren't in charge of your direction. You don't
Mm,
have agency to take steps yourself when you're in that kind of position. You're reliant on the vehicle you've got. And if it's like, well, the train's not going anywhere or it's going 100 miles an hour, you can't actually do anything. And this is one of
Remember,
the
I said
challenges.
it was going uphill, wasn't it? And it just felt like almost like riding a horse. Like, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. But I was just battling everything to keep it going, and it was just whilst it was painful to step off, it's now feeling like a relief to have stepped off of that.
I got it. And now you've also stepped off. You've started to take active steps, and they sound like
And
pretty congruent steps as well.
doing more, instead of, I think I was doing a lot of things that weren't actually very effective. So very busy, almost fooling myself into thinking I'm doing something useful, but none of it really was. And then suddenly I just did one thing that was really useful and almost
Nice.
found myself business wise.
Wow. Sounds pretty deep.
Thank you, man. Yeah, really cool.
Awesome work. And I think
A
this
couple
is
of
one of
days ago, I wanted to throttle you.
and I think this is one of the interesting things I find with this work because on the one hand, it's sort of like it goes in and it's churning and like you're like, oh, and it comes up and it has that sort of effect. Um, and this is where I find at least, I mean, if you think about where you were on a train, it's moving itself. You're just waiting for it to get there. That's a pretty comfortable position to be in.
Yeah,
And I find a lot of the times when people are struggling in business, or when I'm struggling in business, or whatever, it's I've got to do something that's initially uncomfortable, that's not useful, that's a bit unfamiliar,
yeah,
that
yeah.
sucks because I'm doing something now. I could muck it up. I could get it wrong. But it sounds like you had a really cool conversation that was. Here's a question. Obviously, this is hypothetical, but do you think you would have done that if we hadn't have had our session?
I don't know because during this time, I joined a group
Mm-hmm.
um, for founders because I've been on my own for so long without any support, and I really wanted some support. And as well as the community, there are courses, and I started one of the courses, and the course said to do that. Now, bizarrely, I know that's the thing to do. I've known that for a long time, to ask your customers about the language they use and what have you, so that I can take that and use that in my marketing. But previously, it just never connected with me. I still never did it. I never got it. And then suddenly, whether that was because working with you or not, but suddenly it just made the most sense ever. And I literally have this one person that I'm able to ask. I can't ask all my clients. The clients I have are not the type of clients that I really want.
Yeah.
This lady really is the perfect client for me. And it just suddenly it felt right, and on the call it felt right, and I couldn't shut her up. She was more excited to talk to me than I was to hear her. So I was like writing down so much, and it was absolutely pure gold. And my whole messaging will now contain all that language I heard from her. And I
Beautiful.
know I used to be a hypnotherapist. I know it's really easy for me to say, yeah, this would have happened anyway. But I'm not so sure after the really kind of bad 10 days I had, something shifted, big shifted. So I don't think it would have happened without what you did.
Cool. Well, we'll never know. I mean, I'm happy to take some credit, but
I'll
who
give you
knows?
the credit, man. I think you've
It
earned
could have
it.
just been the universe. And that's why I want to do this sort of stuff. So I'm looking to put this sort of thing on YouTube. So what we've not got, we've got your previous experience and what was actually your reality. And I think it's awesome that you shared that there's a sucky period. Because I
Yeah,
think a lot
I
of the
wasn't
times with it.
expecting it. I don't know what I expected, but I wasn't expecting like the big healing experience.
Mm.
Uh, I think I was expecting magic. I'd wake up the next day, everything's changed. Miracles. Woo, Dale's amazing. So there was a process that I went through. And yeah, and I think it is important that people know you can't you can't make these big shifts, these big changes without something happening inside.
Mm.
And it
And I think,
was. I've had a really hard couple of weeks. The hardest I've had for a long time,
mm,
and very different to what I've been used to.
mm. Well,
But I let it be. I looked
mhm.
after myself. I did the bare minimum work-wise. I've rested. I've had more fun. I've looked for things outside work much more. And like I said, this yesterday morning it just shifted. It's gone, and something different is here. And again, I think it's still early days. I'm not wholly sure what this new me is yet, but I like him. It feels right. It feels much more liberated, much more solid, and oh, what's the word? Just not so scared, not so nervous, not so worried, not so full of doubt, much more certain.
Mm. Banging.
So yeah, good job,
Oh,
man.
well, I mean, thank you. Thank you for coming on this. Thank you for dipping your toe
Did
into
you?
something a bit weird and a bit different.
Yeah, very different. Did you mean to send me the video? Because I didn't get it.
I can ping it across to you if you
I
want to
would
review
love
where
that.
that
Thank you.
was. Cool. Yeah, so I'll get that and I'll ping that across
Yeah,
to you. And once I put this on YouTube as well, I'll send the before and after and stuff, and I'll
yeah.
put that across. But yeah,
Send me
I'll
all your
just
details, and I can recommend people for you.
that would be amazing. I'm more than
Thank
happy to
you.
do that. Well, thank you. I really appreciate you. And yeah,
Thank
I want to
you.
catch. I
I'll
want to.
keep I'll keep you posted.
It'd be great. Yeah, I'll definitely. Are you on Facebook as well?
Yeah, Facebook and LinkedIn.
Yeah, cool. I'll connect on Facebook just because I use that one the most.
Okay,
But yeah,
cool.
stay in touch. Thank you so much, John. It's been a real
Thank you,
pleasure,
Dan.
and I
Thank
look
you very
forward to
much.
seeing what further steps you continue to take. All right.
Thank you. I'm very grateful. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Have a good one. Bye.
And you.
Well, I hope you enjoyed that demonstration. It was fun, interesting, and different. If you'd like to be a Demo subject and you mind sharing your challenges with business and working through metaphor with me, let me know in the comments below or drop me a message. I'd love to hear from you. And for those of you who want to learn more about your own business and have studied Metaphors of Movement Levels 1 and 2, I'm going to be hosting a Metaphors of Movement Levels 4 and 5 course where you can explore your own mindset around business and money. Links in the description, and as always, keep on taking steps.